You know, it's a moment in time. It's performances. It's who Genesis were at that time. You can really feel it, taste it, breathe it. You know, Peter Gabriel. It's funny because when I bought Trick of the Tail. I think that's one of the other albums I got pretty soon after I got Selling England. And I couldn't tell the difference between Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel. I just thought Phil Collins was Peter Gabriel. I didn't know the difference. So it's interesting now. I mean, there's no comparing them. I can't even understand how I thought they were both the same. You know. Sorry, I had to restart the camera. It only goes 30 minutes. But it's okay. I just interrupted for a second there. Anyway, so so I got it. Excellent song. Really loved it. Loved to hear Steve Hackett playing and hear how Tony Banks is sort of developing his style. You could hear it emerging here. I feel like really he hit his stride in Selling England by the Pound. I think that's where you hear Tony Banks totally crystallized throughout the whole album, in my mind anyways. This album, going back a little bit, it seemed he's still more in development, which is interesting, you know, as far as his sort of trademark kind of, I don't know, it's hard to just, I'm sure I could study it for 5 hours and figure it out and zoom in on which tracks and all that, what little things that he does, but just in general. I loved Gabriel singing, bass playing. There wasn't as much jumping out on the bass like there was in Selling England, you know, like that was just an incredible album. In fact, you know, that album there, if that was the only album I'd ever heard by Genesis, I'd say Genesis has one of the best bass players in the world, without a doubt. That album is a masterpiece for bass. This song, nothing really popped out at me, but mind you, this is only the second time I've ever heard this song, so I'm sure there are going to be more things. What else popped at me? I mostly it felt very Hackety, and now that I've delved a little bit, I've listened to some of the Trespass tunes. You know, I've reacted to a few of those songs, and then I didn't realize how much the first guitarist really set the tone for Genesis, and Steve Hackett moved in, and I guess he was already comfortable and fit right in with that because they're very 12-string oriented, very nice chords. I was expecting, you know, a big difference like Peter Kay. Is it Peter Kay? No, that's not the right name. Like when Steve Howe came to Yes, you know, the guitarist before him had a very different sound. Steve Howe was very different, whereas Steve Hackett didn't. He kind of picked up where the first guitarist left off. I've been really impressed with that, and I've even got 2 old albums of his on order. I just ordered them online. Came across them, good price, really good price. I can't even remember his name off the top of my head. That's just me, my over the 50-year-old brain. But anyways, what else can I say about that track? Exciting, and just moving, very so well performed by Peter Gabriel. That's the thing about Gabriel. And I'm sure Phil Collins learned working with Peter Gabriel how to perform, because you know what? Let's give credit here where it's due. Phil Collins is a wonderful drummer, wonderful songwriter, and wonderful singer, but he developed along right beside and behind Peter Gabriel, and Peter Gabriel, I'm sure, influenced him. Like there's no, he wouldn't be who he is without having worked with Peter Gabriel. So credit where credit is due. Peter Gabriel is a brilliant performer. Quirky, yes. Artistic, yes. He's totally like unselfconscious and just performs like he's a true performer, and I admire that. Because I'm kind of like the Paul McCartney of the Beatles style of songwriter. I think I write lots of catchy stuff, but you know. And he can perform too. Let's not say he's not a good performer. He's great, but in the sense that Phil Collins is more, or like what? I've lost my train of thought now. Oh man, what was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say. So I'll just skip it for now. I'm trying to aim for not editing so much. I like editing once in a while. For example, if I go and because I do that all the time, and I'm trying to cut down on that. But when I do those, and I spare you and I cut those. But I do appreciate a lot of the prog channels how the guys just turn on the camera, do their spiel, whatever it is, turn off the camera. There's no cuts. And I mean, I want to find a happy balance, you know. I just find that, you know, trying to go for the less edits, less cuts. So, what else can I say? I don't think I have anything else to say. Oh, I think I said a lot of things during the video. There's something in my mouth there, sorry. So, thanks for watching with me. Just to let you know that I always do this now at the end of my videos. I do a commercial for myself, deanwolfe.bandcamp.com. Make sure you visit my stuff there. There's exclusive stuff there that's not anywhere else. I do have a lot of music on the popular Spotify and etc. But there is some new stuff there. It's not on anything else right now, and it's going to be a while before I have some new material coming out and working on, so stay tuned for that. Spiraling out, it's Dean. Talk to you later. Bye now.